What's up, folks? All right, so season one being Mary Jane, episode 3. I think the name of the episode is like the Huxtables or whatever. I don't know it, but it's in the title. So when we pick up, we see Andre with his super fine self. We've already kind of been through his fineness, but I mean, we can revisit if you want. He is super fine. But so we see him kind of laying back in Mary Jane's very picturesque panoramic house. And so we see him kind of relaxing in the chair. And we see a head. And whose head is it? But Mary Jane Paul. Okay? Okay. So here we go. So she's giving him head. Let's just stop right there. She's giving him head. As fine as he is, as fine as he has proven himself to at least be a liar. So I guess my point is, and she doesn't know at this point that he is sleeping with his wife or have slept with his wife. But I guess my whole thing is, are you not worried about your safety? Because if anything, he's proven himself to be a liar. So now your personal health is going to come into, it can come into question or in play. Another fucking bad decision by Mary Jane Paul. So they into their little thing, doing whatever, and her brother stops by. And he catches her giving him head. And he was like, damn, you are sleeping with Andre Brown, a married man. He was like, wow, I didn't know you get down like that. And she was like, well, wait a minute, how do y'all know each other? And so apparently her brother was like this big time promoter in Atlanta, and whatever the business dealings were, we kind of later find out that it went south, and apparently he was like the man, like I'm the man, and it went south, and he should have got out, but when he didn't, he kind of lost everything and turned to cocaine. So, there, and we saw even in the movie that their relationship is very strained. So we find out kind of essentially why the relationship is strained in this episode. So he was like, damn, yo, I was just coming by to run a business idea by you, but apparently you preoccupied. So cut to, she's like, of course she gets flustered. She's like, this is not okay. This is not okay. But I'm like, damn, it wasn't okay when you slept with him at the gym. Like, it's not, none of this is okay. And like at this point, what you do prior to you, or what you did prior to knowing that he was married is one thing, but then like what you do now is a whole different situation. And so that comes into play. So later, the next scene, they are having a 2-year sobriety party for her brother Patrick. And he's very, very hesitant, and he's like, I really kind of don't want to do it. And like while they were kind of planning it, he tells, he's like egging on Mary Jane, and he's like, yo, what's the 8-letter word for cheating with a spouse or cheating on a spouse? And daughter's like, adultery, blah blah blah. And so she wants to buy his silence, and he said, I want 30 grand. So we kind of find out later what the 30 grand is for, but she was like, boy, stop. You was not getting no 30 grand from me. But he was like, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. So kind of later on with him, he has a new idea for a mobile, like a food lounge. It really sounds like a food truck with like candles and a couple of chairs, but he really wants to get his thing back on, off the ground. He wants to be a successful businessman again, and kind of reestablish himself. And Darren DeWitt Hitson, who was in Soul Food, the TV show, and also what else was that? Stomp the Yard. Who gonna show me? What did he say? You gonna show me? Anyway. He played Megan Good's boyfriend, not girlfriend, boyfriend in the movie. Was his ex-business partner. He was like, yo, no, you have no line of credit. You have kind of nothing to show for it, and we would be taking all the risks. So that kind of diminished his ego at this point, if it's not already diminished. I don't know, but So he agrees to keep quiet about this whole affair thing. So he was very hesitant to have a party. And he went to his father and he was like, I don't want to have a party. And his father was like, yo, I don't give a damn what you talking about. We're going to have a party. Your mama's been looking forward to it. So you just be there and you act surprised and you be happy. Now, my immediate thought was he doesn't want to have a party because he's not sober anymore. Come to find out, he is back again. He fell off the wagon, the train, or whatever, and he's doing coke again. So I guess, I don't know that he's an addict, but he's partaking in the nose candy of the white powdery kind. So that's crazy. Now, in between that, they're having a big thing at work. Like, her work dynamic is crazy, but they're doing a story, which is crazy. They're doing a story. How many times can you say crazy in one sentence? I don't know. But they're doing a story on a woman who was not missed for 3 years. And she was like the single 38-year-old. Nobody missed her. And it wasn't until her account went overdrawn that they started to miss her. But I was thinking, like, and her TV was like left on Showtime. So Mary Jane agrees to do the story. But I'm like, how is this possible? Like, how did she pay rent? Like, how was her rent paid? How did she still have electricity? And how did she still have cable? Like, I don't know. It didn't make sense, but it made sense. Like, you can really literally not be missed. And I felt that way. So I completely understand and I got it. Okay, so Mary Jane deletes Andre's number after she's like upset that she's got busted by her brother and this is not okay, this is not okay. And I'm like, bitch, it was never okay, but here you go, giving this dude head. Yes, he is super fine, but he's super married and he got super kids and he got a super life with somebody else that's not you. And this is the way your relationship will always be. She gives the ring back and she's like, I want a ring, but not like this. Dude, please. Your relationship is doomed from the start. It started off fucked up. It started off on lies. It will never, I could be wrong, but it will never get right, I guess. So, in this, we discovered that, her brother says, Mary Jane, you're an addict. You're addicted to the thrill. You're addicted to all of these kind of the things associated with being an addict or addiction. So you like the thrill. You like the thrill of doing something wrong and not getting caught and blah, 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 blah. So she really kind of leans on her brother at this time. And they go and visit family and they go and visit the club that he used to own that was, really, 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 really successful. And, is more than apparent that she is very vacant from her family's life. Like, she's just really essentially non-existent. It seems like she's like, kind of focused on her career and, kind of established that. And so now the missing piece, of course, is, I guess, for her, the man and the family, and she doesn't have that. So, it's very interesting to see their dynamic. She spent a lot of time. They had a great time, and it's good to see them kind of, working on their issues. But I mean, he a secret crackhead at this point, and I don't know. So next to last scene, we see this one, and this was kind of like not a throwaway episode, but it kind of filled in a lot of blanks. So we kind of find out why her and the brother didn't get along, or why her and the brother didn't get along. We kind of see how he descended from grace, I guess. We find out that he and the white lady met in rehab 6 years ago, and they have a child, and so kind of all of that. So it filled in a lot of blanks. Next to last scene, she's like, I'm not gonna, she tried to delete his number, but she called the phone company frantically. She was like, I need this number back, and I'm about to get ignorant if I don't get this number back, so whatever. But come to find out, in the next to last scene, she back in the bed with Andre. And it's like, yo, you are a habitual bad decision maker. Like, nothing positive can come from this. Like, at all. Like, I don't know. But in the next episode, I think she's gonna kind of see that Andre is still sleeping with his wife, and he's lying, of course, like married men who cheat probably do. I don't know. I just know the one that I was dealing with when I was unwittingly a part of this shit was a liar, and whatever. I'm still bitter. Yes, okay, that was years ago. I'm still bitter, but and somehow she's going to be speaking at some event where the wife will be. Now, I guess what is interesting is I never really realized that her and the wife are kind of in the same circle. Not the same immediate circle, but it seems like indirectly, like they know a lot of people. I mean, his wife is influential, and Mary Jane is influential. So we'll see how that goes. It was kind of, I mean, it was okay, but child, these sex scenes on this, I mean, this is BET. This is looking like straight True Blood, Eric Northman, Sookie Stackhouse fucking on here. But I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. And I'll see you later.